Hello guys, today we're making gravy. Yes, this versatile sauce that is very simple to make, and I'm gonna show you today how to make it in the stovetop. You don't need an oven because I know sometimes you don't have a lot of space to do the gravy and then do the Brussels sprouts and then do other things. So that's why today I decided to give you a tip and make it in the stove. So there is no excuses to have a delicious meal for Christmas with a sublime gravy. This gravy is made from vegetables, mushrooms, and fresh herbs. That's it, guys. This is not only good for Christmas. I want to say that because gravy is a base recipe for other sauces that you can make. Also, as I mentioned before, it's super versatile and you can use it for almost everything. Roasted onions, roasted vegetables on top of rice, for lentil stews, for soups, for everything, guys, almost everything. And that's the amazing thing about this sauce. That's why I want you to have this knowledge and I want you to know how to make it. Let's do it. Okay guys, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to place all our vegetables in a pan. So we're going to use just plain as it is, roughly chopped. Let's make a layer. I have two pans because obviously one is not going to fit. So if you have a space, just do two, or if not, you can do one by one. The point of this is caramelization for flavor and also caramelization and that darkness for the color of the sauce, of the gravy. Usually in traditional cooking, using animal meat, what you do is you roast the bones and all the vegetables, and that's what gives the color. But since the meat contains a lot of protein and a lot of sugars, it caramelizes, that's what gives the flavor. That's why we use the vegetables in this way. We want to caramelize this, kind of getting them a little bit charred from the outside, but also extract all the flavor from that caramelization. We're going to do our mushrooms. We're gonna place them in the RoboCup. If you don't have a RoboCup, it's fine, don't worry. Just chop them really finely with the knife until they look like this. I'm gonna show you how. Until the mushrooms get really small. Why? Because we want to extract all the flavor out of the mushrooms when we are using them, so this is a way we can do this. Now we're going to mix it, because there's still some big pieces like this one. And really quick, again. So this is what we want. It's like very tiny pieces, because now all the flavor, all the particles of flavor from the mushroom is going to be released in the water. Okay guys, we have 3 quarts of water in here in the pot, and now we're going to place all our mushrooms in there. Oh my god, the vegetables already smell delicious. When you do this at home, your kitchen and all your home is going to smell so good. Now we're going to add dried shiitake mushrooms. You can add this or porcini mushrooms as well. Now, black peppercorns, vámonos. Inside as well, I have rosemary and thyme. And last one but not least, red wine. If for one reason you say, I don't drink wine, or you don't like alcohol, you prefer not to, just omit it. Just remember, the red wine is to add another layer of flavor. With the flavor of the mushrooms and all these vegetables, this is gonna be a very rich gravy, full of flavor and complexity and tons of love, of course. Let this cook until our vegetables are ready. Then we're gonna add our vegetables into the pot, and then we're gonna let it cook until it reduces. Then we strain and then we reduce. After 10 minutes or so, the vegetables start getting some color, like here, 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 here. And the only thing that you need to do is just move them from the bottom, the ones that are at the bottom, to the top, and vice versa, because you want color all around the vegetable. And then we're going to add them here. This is going to take about 20 minutes depending on the heat and the amount of vegetables that you have in the pan. Okay, our broth is boiling. And after 20 minutes, our vegetables are ready. Can you see the color all around in the carrots, the onion, leeks, everything. So now we're going to place all of this inside because now we want all that flavor to be transferring to the liquid. Just by the smell, you can tell if this is going to be good or not. And if you cook regularly at home, you know those things that people say, "Oh mom," or "Oh dad, it smells delicious." And you're like, "Yeah, I know. I made it." Now we're just going to stir it and we're going to add a pinch of salt. Maybe 2. And we're going to let it cook for about, I would say, 1 hour until it reduces by half. And then we're going to smash the vegetables so all the flavor comes out. By then, all the vegetables will be cooked. We're going to strain it and it's going to be ready to go. Okay, now we're just going to add tomato sauce. You can just blend the tomatoes and add them in there. This is going to help to add umami flavor and also it's going to help to thicken the sauce. Okay, guys, after 1 hour on high heat, we're going to strain this. As you can see, it's kind of thick already there. Just be careful, it might splash. So you can use a spoon for this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start. So I'm going to be adding little by little because I want to squeeze this with my spoon. So I'm just going to be pressing this down so all the flavor, everything comes through the sieve. And now look, oh. So after you squeeze almost everything out of this, just transfer it into a bowl. And then repeat the same process. After we strain it, now we're going to add some potatoes to thicken it because as you can see, it's a little bit thick, but we want more consistency for this. The color of this gravy is going to be more like a reddish, like ruby color. This is just because of the beets, but it does add a lot of flavor. If you don't want this color, what you can do is just omit the beets. But I just thought it was cool, and since it does add a lot of flavor to it, a lot of sugars, I thought it would be nice to add it. So we're going to cook this for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we're going to blend it all together and it will be ready to serve. Okay, so now we're going to blend it. This is the last step. The potatoes are in there, the gravy that we already strained. Look at that beautiful color. So now we're gonna blend it in medium speed to emulsify it. And now this is the consistency that we want. You see, it's thick. I didn't use any flour or any cornstarch. It's just basically all the vegetables, the starches from their own vegetables, and the potato help. You can even add a little bit more water or vegetable stock to make it a little bit thinner. So now we're going to strain it just to make it super smooth. Then just with a spoon or with a spatula, circular motions. So what you're doing is you're pressing the sauce into the strainer, and look the difference between this and now you're gonna see the difference. What I do is just use the spoon because this is part of the sauce still. You can do this with the spatula. And look now, super smooth, beautiful, creamy, the texture is nice, it's not too thick, it's not too thin. And here, even if you want it, this is extra, I prefer not to, but you can emulsify this one with butter, like with vegan butter. So this recipe, we did it without an oven. And I just wanted to show you the possibilities, the endless possibilities that you have in the kitchen when you are cooking. So we don't really need an oven to make a delicious gravy. also, and more importantly, is that the flavor of this sauce, the flavor of this gravy, it is very, very intense due to the caramelization of the vegetables and the reduction as well. That's why you don't get a lot of sauce, but still I think the flavor by itself is worth it. So try it out, let me know your thoughts. And this sauce, this gravy, the flavor is so robust, you may even fool some people believing that that sauce actually has meat. But honestly, try it out. Leave me down below your comments. If you can, just upload a picture as well. Let us know or tag us in your Instagram. Currently, we're doing 12 days of vegan Christmas recipes. So if you haven't followed us in our Instagram, it's at EATogether.co. So just go there, check out our recipes, and you might even find more cool stuff there. Thank you so much, like always. It was an absolute pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you for your time. Until next time.